Before I came here, I had a couple of friends that I know would benefit so much for coming here. And the first thing they said was, how much is it? And I said $170. And it seemed like that was such a deterrent. And then they was like, why is it so expensive? And they said, just because, you know, you can afford it, then you get to be privileged to this. And I was like, I really don't know. And my question is, did Esther come up with this price because it was given to her, or is it, you know, how is it decided what the price should be?
Well, what we notice as we watch physical beings who are attracted to these gatherings is that when you come with clarity of wanting, what you are receiving is proportionate to the clarity of your wanting. In other words, if you were to open the doors and say there is no charge at all, then those with little or no wanting could easily be coerced to come. In other words, there's free coffee and donuts, and so they come, but they receive proportionate to the power of their wanting. We also notice that while it need not be this way, still it usually is in your physical environment, that your expectation of receiving is somehow proportionate with your amount of giving. In other words, if you are giving something that is not very significant, your expectation of receiving is not very significant. While if you are giving something that feels significant, your expectation of receiving is more significant. And so it was our encouragement to Jerry and Esther to choose something that was moderate enough that anyone who really wanted to be there could. We also, by Jerry's prompting, created a recording that has essentially everything that anyone would ever need to know about this upon it, that it does not cost anything. It is a free introduction recording. And it may interest you to know that it is the bestseller. In other words, the free tape. But we notice, as we monitor what happens with those free tapes, 90% of them are never played.
Why?
It's a free tape. In other words, anything that costs nothing can't be of much value. That's sort of the insight that comes forth from the physical realm. So if you have a friend who really wanted to be here, who was not able to be here because of the dollars, then you say to them, I was there and I heard every word, and so did the tape recorder. And here it is if you are wanting to hear it. And it will surprise us if your friend will take the time to hear the tape.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Don't ask anybody to change so that your observation of them will make you feel better. Instead, decide, so, boy, have we been talking about unconditional love today or what? In other words, staying connected to who I am and then letting that shine through. Do you think your partner feels utterly validated in what he does? In other words, do you think that he knows that you adore him?
I think so.
Do you think that you can adore him and wish he'd do something he's not doing at the same time?
No.
So what's happening is sometimes you adore him, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you evoke that from him, sometimes you don't.
Right.
You see. And so that's why your opening statement to us was, I want this relationship to go on. I don't want it to come to an end. In other words, your energy is sort of split all over the place on this. We agree with you. We can feel the power of your desire. And if we were standing in your physical shoes, we would expect this relationship to go on. But we would not settle for something less than what we are really wanting. And by that, but you see, what you think you want is him to agree with you on all aspects so that you can feel better. That isn't what you want. What you want is to feel better and to share that good feeling with somebody else. And you certainly can do that right there where you are. And we'll begin with you tomorrow if you will remind us.
Thank you.
Indeed. We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. It is delicious to come together with deliberate creators. We look forward to tomorrow. There is no homework. We encourage you to come tomorrow with clarity about what you now want from the contrast that you've been living. Project it mentally or verbally into the forum And it is our promise to you that together we will shed the light that creates worlds upon it, and fruition will come quickly thereafter. There is great love here for you. We are complete.